Alright, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Rakha Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders, the GMS, and to the elect that's doing the work of sincerity and in truth, shalawam. This is Nazar Khad here, GMS Precepts, and I got real quick, I want to do a quick show on this article here. You see from the Wall Street Journal. Excuse me. You see from the Wall Street Journal, and it says General Mills says prices to climb next year. And it says the maker of Cheerios sets further increases for January in the face of rising costs and supply chain challenges. Right. So this is the result of inflation. This is the result of printing money, what they call printing money out of thin air. You see all these bills that they pass to uh, have an influx all this money, right? Or to create all this money out of thin air. The result of that is you have what's called an inflation, and right now we have the inflation that's going on in this country is the worst it's been in a long time, and that's why you see the rising prices. I just saw a video that said last weekend a bottle of water in Texas was $8. Let me see if that's true before. Let me see. Um, Price of water in Texas. Let me see if that's true. It said it was $8. Let's see. Um, I don't know how I'd be able to check that as of right now. Maybe I go here, and I'll go within the past week. North Texas Royal Rush pushes prices. Ooh, hold on. Find the cheapest Texas. Yeah, that'd be tough to Google. How much of? Let's see, what is this talking about? That'd be tough to for me to search. What the fuck is this? Nah. Let me put in inflation. See what comes up. With inflation running hot, the Fed is expected to dole out. UK raises rates. People, inflation squeeze. Walking out. Yeah, I mean, I can't find it, but I mean, this is another article here. What is this? With inflation running hot, the Fed is expected to dole out some cold water, meaning what? Some sort of relief. So they're already saying that inflation is getting really bad. So look at this. The first sentence says, with inflation in the U.S. at its highest level in nearly 4 decades, the Fed is expected to take action today. This is This is 7 days ago. This is last week. Fed policymakers are likely to say that they're phasing out a big bond buying program. Days ago, such a blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I mean the point is I tried to look for I think it was Tucker Carlson that said last week a bottle of water in Texas was like $8. So whether that's true or not, that's why I wanted to Google it. But look, regardless of the fact, the article I just pulled up said what the inflation is at its highest level in nearly 4 decades. That's 40 years, almost 40. It says nearly 40 years. So bad that the Fed has to take action. So the point is made that the inflation situation going on in this country, and not only this country, I just saw this. Where is it? Cuba announces 2021 inflation over 70% in 2021. So this inflation situation is not only limited to just America. It's not only in America. It's worldwide. Okay. So the result of this inflation or the constant generating of money out of thin air, guess what's going to happen? Things are going to cost more. Okay? And the perfect example of that situation is what happened in Germany, the Weimar Republic, when a loaf of bread was a ridiculous amount of money. If you look at prices now, a gallon of milk, your regular groceries, your gallon of milk, carton of eggs, all those prices increased within the past year. So let me get to this. I'll just read a few things of this article here. It says General Mills Inc. is raising prices further in coming months as it grapples with what it says is an unprecedented combination of cost inflation and supply chain disruptions. Look at that. Cost inflation. So they're telling you in this article that it's one of the reasons for them raising their price is cost inflation and supply chain disruptions. The maker of Cheerios and Betty Crocker cake mix said it's facing escalating costs across its business, from raw materials such as meat and grains to transportation and labor, like delivering it and packaging it and all that stuff, and the price to produce it, right? Because if you continue to what happens if you continue to create money out of thin air, what happens is the money starts to lose its value. And let me say this, right? The money, and that was the whole design of the money not being backed by anything, right? When the Federal Reserve was instituted, I believe, over a little bit over 100 years ago, around 1911 and 1911, 1912, it was designed to reach the point it is right now, and that's to reach. It's basically a bubble that's getting ready to bust, and the whole point is to to crash this dollar, to introduce a digital a digital form of payment, and that's where we're headed. That's where all road leads to the MOTB, without getting flagged, right? It says executives said the company is experiencing record levels of disruption in supply chain, from ingredient suppliers to its own manufacturing plants and customer warehouses. See, ingredient suppliers, there, it's a supply chain issue because those things are starting to increase in price. See, it says in response to higher costs and supply chain challenge, Campbell Soup, General Mills, Conagra brands have opted to raise prices throughout the year. That has contributed to higher grocery bills for consumers, right? Because now if they raise their prices, guess what? Everybody's household bill is going to what? Increase. The last video I did, it said the average right now, the national debt is at 29 trillion, almost 30 trillion dollars, and that equates to each household taxable family owing about $287,000. Okay, right? So if these companies are increasing their prices for their products, what's going to happen to the consumers? Their grocery bills are going to get what? Higher. Oh, wait a minute, look at that. It says the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that in December, the prices for all food consumed at home rose 6.4% over the past 12 months, the biggest 12-month increase registered since 2008. Come on, man. And we all know what happened around 2008. Around 2008 was the I believe it was the housing crash, 08, 07. It says General Mills has been raising prices for its products through a variety of measures, including list price increases and changing packaging and sizes to charge more per ounce. Right. So that's why you might get a Lay's potato chip bag, and it might have more air than usual. It might have. And then I guarantee you, if you look at a package from a year or 2 years ago to now, that same Lay's potato chip bag, if it said 28 ounces before, it's going to say 24 ounces now. Why? Because they put more air in it. So not only are they're giving you less, right? But they're charging you more. In changing packaging, you see, changing packaging in sizes to charge more per ounce. Okay, and that's it. I'll leave this description and I'll give you. I didn't even read all this. They're just gonna give you a bunch of numbers. The point being is this: that what they're increasing these prices, man, because we are headed for this inflation is already the worst it's been in the past 40 years, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Now I got this other article here. McDonald's, even McDonald's is hurting. It says, which I don't eat this shit anyway. It says McDonald's forced to ration customers fries as supply chain shortage hits Japan. Okay, Bloomberg's holding will offer French fries in small sizes from Friday after flooding at a Vancouver port and the coronavirus pandemic cut off supplies of one of their key offerings. So they're blaming it on a flood that happened in Vancouver. Okay. Um, right. So even McDonald's is feeling it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll leave these two articles in the description box, but just know that this inflation, the destruction of this money, it ultimately is being done and orchestrated by who the world ignorantly calls God. The Most High is destroying this Edomite kingdom, and he's doing it by way of monetarily. It's a systematic takedown of America. Esau might think they're in control, right? But the one that's in control and guiding him to this uh, MOTB plan is Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. All right, so Lord willing, you brothers just were edified. Till the next show, shalawam.